Hello, beautiful friends and book lovers. I hope that you're all doing well. If you're new here, my name is Heather, and here at Heather's Book Review, I love to mainly read and review mysteries and thrillers, but I will read just whatever I am feeling. And today I've actually been so excited to film this video all day. Honestly, filming monthly wrap-ups is my favorite video. It's my favorite video to film throughout the year, but my favorite all-time video to film is my top 10 books of the year, which is coming up before we know it because it's already freaking November. Also, talking about that time frame, I have less than a week to go of being in my third trimester for this pregnancy. I'm almost in the third try. So cheers to that. Cheersing with my Soleil today. Yeah, yuzu citrus, actually not a bad flavor, but I will say, if you're new here, I love to just pour a glass of wine when I'm not pregnant in my videos. And honestly, a goal that I have for myself for 2024 is to start featuring some wine in my videos, like books and wine. So I've been looking a lot into Naked Wines because I know they have an affiliate program and link and stuff too. So if I'm doing it and I like it, I could shout out the wines that I like and then give you guys a link to join through. But I don't know for sure. I have to do more research. If you know anything about nakedwines.com, let me know. Let me know if you've tried it. I know it's a super, super popular wine subscription brand. And I like the fact that you can choose an all reds box, a mixed box, a mixed box, goodness, or a white blush sparkling, which is the box that I would go for. So yeah, I'm gonna look into that affiliate program, see if it's something I can sign up for. And then once Little Miss is here and I'm back to having some wine, I think that's gonna be a new thing that I feature in my videos for 2024. So I'm really excited for that. And if it doesn't end up being Naked Wines, it's gonna be something else. But you guys know, I'll keep you in the loop. But for now, I'm just shouting out the seltzers that I'm having in this pregnancy. So yeah, yuzu citrus, pretty good. Also, this is so exciting for me to say right now, just so exciting. But this video is actually sponsored by Bastion Pens. If you keep watching for the next couple minutes or so, I actually review this pen that Bastion Pens sent me in exchange for a review. So super exciting. Keep watching so you can hear about their pens. And yeah, hold on, let me fix the lighting a little bit. There we go. That's a little brighter. I actually have never taken up a collaboration before because I feel like it has to be something that works for me and works for my channel. But I use pens all the time being a teacher. I also like to journal as I'm reading, which I know a lot of you guys like to do too. So I was you know what? Yes, I will do this. I will sign up for this luxurious pen that they sent over. So keep watching. I go into all the details about their pens and their products. Okay, so the only thing I've done so far is cut this little piece of plastic here just so I can open with ease, but I wanted to open it with you guys. Also, excuse the marker and pen on my hands. This is what my hands look like after a day of working with the youth. If you didn't know, I am a teacher, so that's what I mean by that. Okay, so it comes in this nice box here. And let's see what it looks like once we open it. Oh my goodness, really struggling. All right, got it open without taking it out from under the camera. Okay, so just this little plastic here. Okay, looks nice. This is a little styrofoam here. Ooh, okay. So the box is super light. I'm just gonna push that off to the side. But here is the pen. This must be the lock mechanism here that I'm gonna go over. But so Bastion Pens, they market themselves as being premium, reliable pens. It's supposed to have an enjoyable luxurious feel. So I'm going to test out some writing with you guys here, but let's see. Okay, so I don't know why I thought that the ink itself would be purple, but it looks like it is black, which is totally fine. The pens themselves are either stainless steel, titanium, aluminum, and they have this bolt action mechanism here, which is like this secure lock. I'm gonna show you this lock a couple of times here. So I just swivel it up. There's no way that this bad boy is actually opening if you don't want it to. There you go. So that's actually kind of nice because even like as a teacher, I always have a pen on my lanyard, and this would be something that's really nice to have, especially because I don't have to worry about caps coming off. But yeah, so it's premium quality stainless steel, titanium, aluminum, has this secure lock mechanism, and then they do have replaceable parts, so if something happens to your pen, you could get this part replaced, but they are hard-wearing parts, so nothing really hopefully should be happening to the pen. But I like it. It holds totally normal, just like a regular pen. It doesn't feel bulky or anything. And I chose purple because I thought this looks really, really nice. So you can actually get custom engraving too, I think for $10 extra. I did not get it engraved, but I think that would be really nice, especially if you're thinking of this for like a gift or something for someone. But yeah, I would say as I'm writing with it now, it feels fine. It feels really nice. It does have like a luxurious kind of feel to it. Like as I'm holding the pen, it doesn't feel cheap. Like I understand why they market as luxurious for their pens. I'm just trying to think of a couple things to write here so you guys can see, but it glides really smoothly. I think this would make a really nice gift for, like I said, like a teacher or just someone who likes to journal. I know like a lot of bookish friends love to journal in addition, like as they're taking notes and things for their books, which you guys know sometimes I do too. So I think this would make a really nice gift for teachers or someone who just writes a lot, somebody who loves journaling. So yeah, if you're interested, my code is HBR20, which offers a 20% discount site-wide, or you can also go through the link in my description, which will bring you right to the site. And yeah, I'm really excited. This is the first time I've partnered with a company for a product, to just talk about my videos because it's something that's applicable to me too. So yeah, do I agree with it being luxurious? Absolutely. Do I think it would make a nice gift for someone who likes to write? Yeah, absolutely. It feels luxurious. I like that you can have the parts replaced if something happens to it. So yeah, that is my review for Bastion Pens. And then I will put a timestamp in the description box below where we start talking about the actual wrap up. Okay, so this is my September. Hello, Feeny. Hello, Feeny. Okay, so this is my September and October wrap up because I did not film one for September. So we have quite a lot of books to get through. The very first book is The Trap by Catherine Ryan Howard. I ended up giving this star-wise like a 3.5, kind of rounded up to a 4. I'll just choose a 4 because on my rating scale, I'm giving this a go get this book now. This is courtesy of Blackstone Publishing through NetGalley. So thank you, NetGalley and Blackstone. This is a fun thriller where you get the main character. Sorry, I have a lot of allergies going on right now, so I am going to sound stuffed up. So you get the main character's point of view and then the like killer's point of view. And it's like back and forth. And I thought this was a really, really fast-paced thriller. I really enjoyed it. I've read one other book by Catherine Ryan Howard, and that is 56 Days, which is right here, which was like taking place in during the pandemic, which I also thought was a really fun thriller. But this one is really good. If you're looking for a fast-paced thriller where like you like to also get the killer's point of view too, get it. I'll put links to all of these books in the description box below for you guys as well. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. It is a go get this book now on my list simply because it is a fast-paced and fun read. The next book I read in September was One by One by Frida McFadden. I have a full review for this already. I'll link it up here for you. Just went live the other day. This is a decent but flawed on my rating scale simply because the actual premise was really good. It's like these three couples that are trying to get to this cabin, but then they get like stranded in the woods and then like shit goes down. I love it. Amazing. Potential. Great. What I noticed about Frida's books for me is they all always have potential and then they just fall flat for either being outrageous or like overly silly or just a number of reasons. So star-wise, this was like a 2-star for me. And I gave it a decent but flawed, which feels gracious now that I've like really sat and thought about the book for quite some time. But yeah. Okay, on to the next one. This next one breaks my heart because I love this author. I've loved all of her past books that I've read. And that is Just the Nicest Couple by Mary Kubica. Guys, I had like going into this book, I was warned. I've sat on it for a minute. It's been out for like quite some time. But this ended up being a chore to finish for me on my rating scale. 2 stars. I liked this less. Let me say that again. I liked this less than I liked the Frida McFadden book, which is like really saying something. This was just not it. It was just so, it's like a domestic thriller where, oh, Finn, you are kicking the stand, my friend. Okay, sorry. Needy pup here. It's a domestic thriller where somebody gets murdered in between these couples, and it's like the couple point of views. So your multiple point of views. Sorry, my wheeze. It's just so boring. I feel like nothing progresses in the entire story. Like nothing. You're just like, whoa, this is the same thing on loop, on repeat. And then the ending, I totally saw coming from like a mile away. And it feels like a ripoff of a very good thriller's ending. That's all I'm going to say. But it like just didn't mesh well. And it was like, wait, somebody's already done that ending before. Like, what are you doing? So yeah, I would say this is a hard skip. Like, don't waste your time. If you already read it, please leave in the comments, but just indicate if your comment has spoilers, please, so it doesn't ruin it for anybody else. But yeah, I'd love to chat about this one, and we can talk about the book that I'm referencing, that it feels like it's like trying to rip off, kind of. The next book is absolutely one of the best books that I have read this year. This will definitely be in my top 10 video. It's a book that I was gifted by a bookish pal, and it has sat on that TBR shelf right here. This is my TBR shelf for quite some time. And that is Kristen Hanna's The Great Alone. My gosh. Definitely go get this book now, but I'm sure a lot of you have already because it's been out for what, couple of years. I want to say 2018. Let's check it. Let's check the facts. Yep, 2018. It is a chunk of a book, over 500 pages, like 550. Comes with a little reading guide at the end, which like I always think is so cute for like book clubs. I'm editing out all the wheezes that are happening in this video, but just know that there's a lot, okay? There's a lot going on. I know this is one of her more popular books. It's like this and The Nightingale. I feel like are the two that I, at least personally, have always heard about. But, oh my gosh, this is so good. If you haven't read it, it's about this family that moves, what is it called? Basically like the boonies of Alaska, I think. There's like a term for it. The bush? I don't even know. The brush? The bush? I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's really like, there's basically nobody in the town, okay? There's like 50 people in this town. Maybe even that's being gracious. And they are just out there. They are out there surviving, but not really thriving because it's hard to survive out there. I think it's the brush. It's really going to bother me now that I like don't know what I'm trying to say. I'll type it here. Sorry. My gosh. You guys know I'm always talking about getting sick out here working with the youth, but I've had this nasty, like basically I had the flu. Sorry, this is gonna be a little side tangent. I had the flu, which was fun being pregnant with the flu. And then I just have had this nasty cough for like weeks and it won't go away. So anyways, this is so good. It's this family. They move out into the boonies basically of Alaska. They struggle to survive. The dad has PTSD from the war, and it's like the mom and the daughter are navigating him and his PTSD, along with like the daughter trying to like survive and like make friends in this new environment. Gosh, it's so good. I guess there was supposed to be like a movie or a show, but I don't know if like production halted on that. I'm not sure. But I really hope there ends up being some TV production of this because I would 1000% watch it. I absolutely love this book. I sobbed. Okay? And you guys know I'm not trying to be sad. I'm not trying to be sad out here reading, okay? But it's a good switch up from thrillers every now and then. Speaking of thrillers, our next book is The Quiet Tenant by Clemence McCallan? Got this from Amazon Audible in October. And I saw all the hype for this on Bookstagram. All the hype. And it like it doesn't live up to the hype. It's a thriller that's really good for like 90% of the story. And then the ending just like sucks. Like I wanted more. I wanted more from the ending. Like I wanted more twists. And it's just kind of this like super suspenseful thriller about this woman who's been abducted. And it's her journey with like her abductor. Okay? It's really good. It's amazing. And then it just like ends. Like, I don't know. There's no like super amazing ending or climax or like nothing. Well, I should say there is this like crazy climax scene at the end, but then it just like, it's not enough to like, I don't know. There was no twists or anything. It's more of like a survival suspense book, if anything. So, yeah, I was kind of bummed about that because I feel like I saw a bunch of like 5-star ratings for that book. So yeah, I'm giving it an enjoyable read because like I just said, I loved 90% of the book. But yeah, star-wise, it's like a 3.5. So it was kind of let down based off the hype. I was let down because of the hype. Next book. I feel like I'm going to butcher this author's name because I recently was listening to somebody else's YouTube review for this and they pronounced her name with confidence and it did not sound like anything what I would like phonetically say it, you know? Anyways, it's My Darling Girl by Jennifer. This looks like Mac Mahone to me. I don't know. Mac Mahone, you let me know. You let me know how to say it. I'll just call her by her first name. This is my first book by Jennifer. This is courtesy of Simon & Schuster Audio. Thank you so much, Simon & Schuster, for giving me the opportunity to listen to this book. I guess she's known for her like spookiness in her writing. A lot of people have recommended a book by her. And now, of course, I'm blanking. You know what? Let me look it up. The Drowning Kind. I've had like 5 people at least be like, you need to read The Drowning Kind by her. So I'm going to do it. Probably not anytime soon because look at that shelf. But it's definitely going to be like added to a list somewhere. But My Darling Girl was perfect. It was perfect to read for October because it was spooky. It's this mom who has a family now. She had a terrible relationship with her mother growing up. Like her mother was abusive and like honestly, frankly, crazy. But the mom's dying and she's like, can I come live with you basically? And our MC says yes, which you're kind of like, why would you say yes? But then we wouldn't have a story if she didn't say yes, right? So she kind of has to say yes. So we have the story. It's a fun read. It's kind of fucked up at times, but honestly, you don't know. You don't know if the MC is the crazy one or the mom, kind of. So it's fun. You're like, what is happening? Who do I believe? Who do I trust? In the ending, I've had so much fun discussing the ending with you guys on Bookstagram because I almost didn't know what to believe. So I posted a story and I was like, hey, let me know if you guys have read this. Like, I want to chat the ending. And people came through and those conversations were fun because everybody's POV was different. So yeah, I haven't had this much fun chatting about a book in a long time. So I would say to go get this book now, simply because it's so fun to chat about. I think it would be perfect for like a book club because of the ending, right? Like everyone I think is going to take it differently, or you're either going to think one or the other. And it's fun. It's fun to discuss why you believe, one way or the other kind of thing. So it's a fun book. Next book is When I'm Dead by Hannah Morrissey, courtesy of Minotaur Publishing. Thank you, Minotaur and NetGalley. Guys, this book, I'm looking at my dog while I'm saying this because he's looking at me with such an intense stare. This book was so great. It's really good. It's like there's all these killings happening in this town, and the parents work for this, like, I think they both work for the police department, if I remember correctly, and their daughter goes missing. And then they're trying to like put the pieces together. Oh, it is fast paced. It is so good. I'm saying another go get this book now. Probably a 4.5 star for me. This book was great. It was also another perfect book to read for October because it's kind of like gruesome. This one's like gritty kind of. It reminds me a little bit of Karen Slaughter's books. Like, you know how she's kind of like she doesn't hold back on like the grit, That's how this book was. I also feel like I'm a little bit more sensitive to that kind of stuff being pregnant right now. Like I'm a little bit more queasy. I was the same way when I was pregnant with my son too. But this one, it has some very vivid, like descriptive scenes of like dead bodies. But damn, it is good. It is good. I highly recommend it. You can also get it from Book of the Month. I have my link for Book of the Month in the description box below. You can also get the My Darling Girl from Book of the Month too, if you want to physically read either of those books. I loved them. I feel like I had a really good spooky season, because both of those books I read in October, and they hit the spooky season mark for different reasons, right? The next book has been sitting here for a minute. The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling. This is, I don't think it's like technically a sequel. It's like an addition to the X-Hex, which is right here. Loved it. 5 out of 5 stars. Go get this series. I don't even know now if you want like witchy rom-com with steam. That's all I'm going to say about these books. They're witches. There's comedy. It's romantic. And they're steamy. I think this one was far more steamy than the X-Hex from what I remember. But I did read that years ago. This was fun. Again, it was like a spooky season read, but it's like witches, So it was definitely a nice read after the like grit and gore I was reading for the rest of the month, right? Super cute. I love when my romance has a little bit of steam. And by a little bit, I mean a lot. Really quick, I'm going to show you a DNF because, yeah. I got this from Book of the Month. Super disappointed. I felt terrible. I was doing a buddy read with one of my friends with this book, and I had to DNF it, like, halfway through. It is such a, like, sexually charged book, but, like, not in, like, a good way, if that makes sense. Like, this main character, Ari, she drove me up the fucking wall. Honestly, I would pass on this. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it anymore. His character was okay. He's like a chef, an aspiring like Michelin star chef. And I love, like, you guys know I've talked about like Gordon Ramsay and Hell's Kitchen and MasterChef and all that stuff. Like, I love cooking. I love watching cooking shows. Like, I would love to eat at like a Michelin-starred restaurant. I have not yet. So that part, whatever. Basically, pass on it. It is not good. And typically, I feel like I enjoy most romances. This one, oh my God, just so, honestly, so annoying. Oh my gosh. Speaking of a good romance, though, Hello Stranger by Catherine Center. Loved this. Loved it. 5 stars. Go get this book now. Amazing. I got it from Book of the Month. This poor girl has an accident where she loses the ability to like see people's faces. And it's so good. It's clever. It's funny. I have nothing but good things to say about this. And look, it is it's like a short read, okay? This is so good. If you want something that's light and like will put you in a good mood and is funny, get this. Put it as a Book of the Month add-on. Like, just read it if you haven't. I absolutely adored this book. And last but not least, this is going to be a long video. It's going to be a long one, probably like 30 minutes. A whole episode length of something, you guys. That is The Woman in Me by Britney Spears. This is another shout out, thank you, courtesy of Simon & Schuster Audio. You guys, this one's hard to rate. I feel like I can't really rate people's memoirs because it's their experience, right? So I would say this. I grew up with Britney. Like, I grew up in Britney's prime. Your girl's turning 30 this year, by the way, you guys. I'm turning 30 in March. What the heck? Some of you guys have been here for a minute. I started this channel back in high school, but then took like a super long hiatus. But anyways, if you've been here from the jump, your girl's turning 30. Anyways, I grew up in Britney's prime, okay? So, like, I've always loved her. I've loved following her. So this was, like, a no-brainer for me. Like, I was going to read this. Yeah, I think it's really interesting to see her perspective. Like, we all know about, like, Free Britney and all the shit that she's been through with her conservatorship. But yeah, it was really interesting. I guess she's in the talks of coming out with another one, another memoir, now that her marriage has ended. I'm forgetting that guy's name. Sam, was it? I don't know. But yeah, I would say if you've been invested in her at all, it's cool to hear her side of the story for sure. Like I said, I listened to it and it was a really quick listen, like maybe under 5 hours or something. So dang, you guys, that was a lot of good stuff to chat about. So those are all the books I read and listened to in September and October, and that one DNF, that one pesky DNF. But just remember that my code for Bastion Pens is HBR20 to get yourself 20% off. The link is in the description box below as well. And yeah, as always, I'm so looking forward to chatting with you guys in the comments, and see you in my next video. Bye, you guys.